On the news tonight, Ministerial Task Team on City Sanitation inspects Dutse Buhari Road project. Nigerian Telecommunications Commission seeks ways to address needs of persons with disabilities. And World Anti-Corruption Day, lawyers seek ways of strengthening the rule of law and reducing impunity in Nigeria. Welcome. This is NTA Channel 5 News at 7. I am Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji. Figures from the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, as at 9th December 2020, indicate 180 new cases of COVID-19 in the FCT, making the total number of confirmed cases to be 7,716, while active cases stands at 1,345, and the number of discharged in the territory now stands at 6,287, and sadly, 84 deaths have so far been recorded in the Federal Capital Territory. The Ministerial Task Team on City Sanitation has commended the contractors handling the Dutse Buhari Road for 75% completion of the project. Chairman of the team, Ikaro Atta, says the development will give them good sleeping moment. Ifeanyi Ezumba reports.
Following a marching order from the FCT Minister, Malam Muhammad Musa Bello, that the Dutse Buhari Road be motorable within 2 months, the team sprang into action to actualize the date. Chairman of the team said initially he was doubtful they would meet up with the deadline.
A road where they used to spend 2 hours, they transverse now in 40 seconds. They transverse in 40 seconds here. And that is really very commendable. And the STDD, the engineers here did a wonderful job here. And from our own end as traffic managers, we are extremely elated that this will make our traffic management job lot easier than when we have to come and stay here, have people till 10 p.m. here. But just shortly, all the cars going now are all just going through. No one is clogging anywhere at all.
Acting Coordinator, Satellite Town Development Department, Felix Mwanko, said the project is part of Kubwa Satellite Town Phase 4 and 5.
We have achieved about 75% completion. So the problem was funding, but the present regime, the present administration, were able to clear all their debts. And that made them to work hard and deliver this particular aspect of the project.
The employer, they are giving us the design, and we are doing exactly as needed, and we are happy with the outcome. People here in Dutse Market smiling because they have good access and good traffic.
The Ministerial Task Team on City Sanitation also inspected the Dutse Market to ensure that street trading is not brought back to the road. In Abuja, Ifeanyi Ezumba, NT News.
And with evolving development in information technology, experts are now seeking ways to widen the scope through assistive technology in telecommunications to address unmet needs of persons with disabilities. This was the focus of the maiden conference on development program for assistive technology in telecommunications to address unmet needs, which was held virtually. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim completes the report.
Have you ever imagined a wheelchair with an inbuilt map that can navigate the user to a choice location, and a hearing aid that can answer and return voice calls and messages? All these and more can become reality through assistive technology, and this is where the world is headed to. This conference on developmental program for assistive technology AT in telecommunications to address unmet need seeks to promote local content contributions and expand knowledge acquisition in creation of assistive technology with a view to identify and solve the unmet needs.
To promote local content contributions and expand knowledge acquisitions in developing future guidelines and tools by sector players.
There is a need to increase access to ICT products and services for people living with special needs by developing assistive technology to meet these needs.
experts in this virtual conference also believe that a lot of success has been achieved opening up the telecommunication space, and it is timely to advance attention on designs such as smart cities, smart governance, smart transportation, among others.
We're going from just the connection of things to things being programmable, things working and automating real time, with and without human intervention.
For the physically challenged, assistance is not only needed but required, and even in national interest with new media. And the Nigerian Communications Commission says it is committed to this mandate. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Many thanks, Salwa. As the international community commemorates the Day of People with Disabilities and the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, the Disability Rights Advocacy Center has held a parliament session to explore responsive mechanisms to make protection of victims inclusive. Ilyasu Onoto Yakubu reports.
Records available from aid agencies indicate that women and girls with disabilities are 10 times more susceptible to experience violence than their other counterparts. This parliamentary session is to provide the avenue for victims to open up their experiences before voluntary service providers targeted to challenge norms and practices that fuel violence against women and girls, especially those with disabilities.
There is no reason for someone who is a survivor to feel ashamed or feel guilty that they've done so, because they've not done anything wrong. So we need to do a lot more advocacy and awareness.
Basic rights are based on shared values such as dignity, respect, independence, fairness, and equality. And it is on this ground that the justice system is being urged by this platform to respond to gender-based violence against persons with disabilities who are often denied access to justice and compensation.
But there is this culture of silence. People are not speaking out. For you to prosecute a case relating to violence against women, someone has to speak out.
The campaign against gender-based violence by the Disability Rights Advocacy Center on Persons with Disabilities advocates for access to quality social support to reduce adverse consequences of the act on the victims. Ilyasu Onoto Yakubu, NTA News.
Human rights are basic rights and freedom that belong to every person in society from birth till death. These basic rights are based on shared values like dignity, fairness, equality, respect, and independence. Sefia Noma Uche reports on this year's theme, Recover Better, Stand Up for Human Rights.
Violation of human rights the world over is a crime against humanity which the world frowns at. That is why the day was adopted in 1948 as Universal Declaration of Human Rights Day, which proclaims everyone to be entitled to basic necessities of life irrespective of race, color, religion, sex, language, political or social status.
The COVID-19 pandemic has had a disproportionate impact on vulnerable groups, including frontline workers, people with disabilities, older people, women and girls, and minorities. It has thrived because poverty.
Opportunity to reaffirm the importance of human rights in protecting the dignity and well-being of human race. Safia Noma Uchi, NTA News.
To some anti-corruption news now. Lawyers have made a case for strengthening the rule of law, curbing corruption, and reducing impunity in Nigeria at a workshop to commemorate the World Anti-Corruption Day organized by the Nigeria Bar Association Buhari branch in Abuja. The report.
Legal luminaries gathered at this workshop to emphasize the importance of the rule of law in tackling corruption and ensuring impunity does not get in the way of development. Moderated by former president of the Nigeria Bar Association, Joseph Daudu.
Effect of corruption on the rule of law and on the judiciary, and at the end of the day offered an insight into how to solve the problem of corruption.
experienced practitioners like Joseph Daudu, a senior advocate of Nigeria, and Monde Ubani, who joined the discussion virtually, minced no words on the need for swift action.
The way and manner people commit corrupt practices is what I would think any serious government that wants to fight corruption should look at.
80% of corruption in this country is through procurement.
I agree that lawyers should not be used as conduit pipe to bribe judges and to influence and to pervert justice.
Political corruption, it was unanimously agreed, destroys the very fabric and building blocks of nationhood and erodes ethical foundation. Hence, attention must shift towards inculcating the right values.
Stop it, Kenny! Kenny, can you please take a picture with us? Ten, please, can you sing for us? Of course!
When you need me, you can FaceTime me on the go. Baby, I got you. 'Cause it no matter where you dey, oh baby, you can reach me overseas, my dear. Whether na Ghana or Lagos, Nigeria, you can call me on my telephone line. You know I'm always online. Only by me, I go anywhere and anytime. You can call me anytime.
Glow, Frekete.
Berekete. Activate a new Glow SIM and get 600 Naira free credit, plus 700% bonus on every recharge and up to 100% bonus on data plans. Dial *777# Glow.
For some sporting stories, Robo FC of Lagos begin their 2020-2021 Nigerian Women Football League season on a winning note, defeating Nasarawa Amazons 1-0 at the Lafia City Stadium, as Flying Eagles suffered a 1-0 defeat to Black Satellites of Ghana in the Wafu B Under-20 qualifiers. Details with Abdullahi Ajia on Sports Brief.
As the Nigerian Women Football League returns for the 2020-2021 season, Nasarawa Amazons and Robo FC, which was watched live by the chairperson of the Nigerian Women Football League, Aisha Falode, and wife of Nasarawa State Governor, Salifat, are visiting teams securing maximum 3 points by a lone goal victory through a 32nd minutes effort of Sobowale Rukaya. 182 games are expected to be played in 26 weeks, while the champions and runners-up will qualify to play in the inaugural CAF Women Champions League. Meanwhile, the Flying Eagles of Nigeria's chances of progressing to the 2021 Africa Under-20 Nations Cup took a big hit on Wednesday as they were defeated 1-0 by the Black Satellites of Ghana in the Wafu Zone B Championship in Porto Novo. The Flying Eagles' only hopes of progression to the semi-finals will now depend on a Ghana win over the Cote d'Ivoire side. Elsewhere, in the UEFA Champions League on Wednesday, Real Madrid's 2-0 victory saw them through to the next round, topping Group B, with Inter Milan not making 8 after a goalless draw against Shakhtar Donetsk. Manchester City consolidated their points with a 2-0 win over Olympique Marseille. PSG trashed Istanbul Basaksehir 5-1. With Sports Brief, Abdullahi Ajia, NTA News.
Many thanks, Ajia. As the second wave of coronavirus rages more countries around the world, please wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds, especially after you have been in a public place. The news continues in translation next. I am Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji. Have a good evening.
wa gbajaje ye shaje wo wona ye wa na ba ise ba bada wo me praise Yusuf Ayuba won wa gwa na ba je gaye gbadagun subwado gbagbatu abafin vinya nge akinze da minister nya bala walawu azoko tutinji nduse bada buhari nyai badai nge atutinji ye baku zoko tutinye de kwen loko izo jinu haye shekpeje da nge gbadagun nya nge iharo ata wadai nge azoko luko tutunu manaye kwen ko ba jin haye basusun manai ifanyi zumba wadai nge aza bashi baye ashin nzoko luko ekwen haye ashin ge ekwen kokuzo akpe ha aduse dade na buhari figin hai bada gwamnati asabada gwagna atnatne shi badai nge she bakpaye kin kwai mwa bayin haye a sanagmai badai nge baye bashi apmanu bakpaye bashi asasenya na asabadai awunya insigido unko bashi kwai ma azabma jinjin batukonu mbabe shi aye sanu mbabe shi yejiye baika asabada gwagna atete jiwe nyenya agbegi zoko nge selwa kali Ibrahim wadai nge gbadagunye kwaku bade kwayin kuzashi nkwaku tetumanaye kuzashi nkwawu ge baba pa nge azabmaji bo to ko baba yi maji nkiye kwen baji azabmaji ba mbugi aji mbai anabaji ajesi dai nge awada gwagna dai badai nge balapata manai la baga ayiki bagbatu kala ba mi asunkun abanukwai mbaji ijelo mbwe ba bai da bade kwai nu sanu mba bai shi yeji bai pa nge anyi gbedogun kusun na abanukwai ni pei bai naye Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji wadai nge awada gwagna dai nge buhari kpeyenya banu bai shi yeji yakwai bai ka abe wadai gege senator Dino Melaye na don Joseph Dauda wada da mai baba yina za mbabe mshawara bai da azoko na baji amina banu kwai shigbe bo magbaja na bai kuzo yebeja da wasu shekwasi yi we shi na gbada saisu
Jama'a masu kallo da sauraron mu assalamu alaikum barkanmu da warhaka. A takaice ga fassarar wasu daga cikin labaran yau mai karantawa Yusuf Yakubu. Tawagar jami'an hukumar birnin tarayya masu aikin tabbatar da tsaftar birnin Abuja sun yaba 'yan kwangilar da ke aikin hanyar Dutse Buwari akan kokarin kammala kashi 75 na aikin hanyar. Shugaban tawagar Ikaro Atta ya ce nasarar da suka samu za ta sa kowa ya huta. Wakilayarmu Ifayin Yazumba ta kawo mana rahoto cewa bayan ba da umarnin da ministan Abuja Muhammad Musa Bello ya yi na ƙare aikin cikin sati 2 don al'umma su samu sauƙin sufurin yau da kullum na rayuwa, tawagar bata yi wata ba ta ƙara ƙaimi don tabbatar da an gama aikin kafin wa'adin ya cika. A yayin da fasahar sadarwar zamani ke ci gaba da mamayar duniya, ƙwararru a fannin na kira ga masu ruwa da tsaki da su samar da wasu hanyoyi da masu rayuwa da larura ta musamman za su amfana daga ci gaban fasahar. Wakilayar Salwa Khalil Ibrahim ta labarta mana cewa an bayyana haka ne a wani taron ƙarawa juna sani, inda aka bayyana buƙatar samarwa masu nakasa sabbin kekunan da ke amfani da fasahar sadarwar zamani don kyautata rayuwarsu. Hukumar sadarwa ta ƙasa ta ce ta duƙufa sosai wajen tabbatar da samun nasarar kawo ta abubuwan da ake amfani da su a cikin gida Najeriya ba na ƙasashen waje ba. An buƙaci lauyoyin ƙasar nan da su ƙara matsa lamba wajen daƙile cin hanci wajen daƙile cin hanci tare da tabbatar da rage yi wa shari'a karan tsaye a faɗin ƙasar nan. An bayyana haka ne a taron ƙarawa juna ilimi da ƙungiyar lauyoyi ta ƙasa reshen Abuja ta shirya a taron tunawa da ranar yaƙi da cin hanci ta duniya ta bana. Wakilinmu Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji ya shaida mana cewa a taron da wasu daga cikin manyan lauyoyin ƙasar nan da ƙwararru kamar su Joseph Daudu da Monday Ubani da sauransu suka halatta sun tattauna akan muhimman batutuwa tare da matakan magance matsalar da ta karaɗe kusan kowane lungu da saƙo na ƙasar nan. To iyakacin abin da ya sauka kenan a labaran ne sai kuma gobe idan rai ya kai asuba ta gari.
ndị ọma oge rụkwala ọzọ n'oge akụkọ ụwa na nke abalị a ọkakọ bụ m Chisom Soniwo Okafọ ka wetara na ozi ndị a n'uju. Ndị otu ọrụ ntinye n'iwu maka idote obodo etiti ala anyị ụcha ajala ndị ọrụ nka bụ ndị na-arụ ụzọ Buhari na Dutse mma maka irite 75% n'ọrụ ha. Onye ọrụ anyị Ifeanyị Ezumba n'akụkọ a kwuru na onye isi oche ndị otu Ekarata kwuru na mmepe a ga-eme ka ha laba ụra n'oge a site n'iwu onye ọchị na-elekọta ọchịchị etu obodo ala anyị nyere ka ejiri ụzọ ahụ na-eme ihe malite n'ọnwa abụọ na-abịa abịa, ebe ha jikwa ohere a ruo n'ahịa Dutse iji hụ na ịzụ ahịa okporo ụzọ alaghachitebeghị n'ogige ahụ. Dị ka a na-enwe mmụba na usoro mgbasa ozi ọgbara ọhụrụ, ndị aka ha dị na ihe gbasara usoro mgbasa ozi ọhụrụ a na-achọ ka e nwee usoro mgbasa ozi pụrụ inyere ndị nwere ụdị nkwarụ dị iche iche aka imezu ụfọdụ mkpa ha n'ala anyị. Nke a ka onye ọrụ anyị Sawakala Ibrahim webatara anyị akọ na ọ bụ ihe ndị gbapụtara ihe na mgbakọ e nwere maka ndị ya nwere nkwarụ n'ụzọ onyonyo, ebe a rụtụrụ aka na ebe iwepụtara ndị a oche na-ebugharị ha bụ nke ga-enwe usoro ikwu okwu, ime njem na ihe ndị ọzọ, ọbụnadị iji ihe ndị e nwere gburugburu rụpụta ha, ebe ụlọ ọrụ ukwu ala anyị na-ahụ maka mgbasa ozi akpọrọ NCC kwuru na ha dị njikere maka nke a. Ndị ọkaiwu ekwupụtala nkwado ha na mkpa ọ dị ịkwanyere iwu ugwu, ibelata mpụ, nkwụsị nke enwetaghị ntaramahụhụ n'ụzọ o kwesịrị n'ala anyị bụ Naịjirịa, na ihe omume mere iji sonye na ncheta ụbọchị mgbochi mpụ bụ nke ndị ọkaiwu ngalaba nke ọchịchị ime obodo Buhari nke Abuja haziri Abuja. Onye ọrụ anyị Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji gbatara ya akụkọ na ụfọdụ ndị dịka onye bụbu onye omeiwu ukwu ala anyị Dido Omelaye, ọkaiwu Joseph Dauda na Monday Ubani na ndị ọzọ kwuru okwu n'oge ihe omume a, kwuo na mpụ ndị nọ n'ọchịchị onye kwuo uche ya bụ ihe ndị na-emebi agwa nakwa obodo.
Ní Abuja, Olúbùnmi Toríọlá lóníròyìn. Àwọn ikọ̀ fún olùdarí olú ìlú orílẹ̀-èdè yìí lórí ìmọ́tótó ti gbóṣùbà fún àwọn agbaṣẹ́ṣe pé wọ́n ti fẹ́rẹ̀ parí iṣẹ́ ọ̀nà Dutse sí Buhari. Oníròyìn wa Ifeanyi Ezumba ròyìn pé alága ikọ̀ náà Ìkáhàrò Àtà sọ pé wọ́n lè sinmi díẹ̀ báyìí nítorí pé àwọn ti fẹ́ parí iṣẹ́ lọ́sẹ̀ mi tó Mohammed Musa Bello fún wọn láti ṣiṣẹ́ náà. Adelé ẹ̀ka tó ń tún àwọn agbègbè ṣe Felix Nwako sọ pé iṣẹ́ náà jẹ́ tara ti Kubwa ẹ̀ka 4 àti 5. Àwọn ikọ̀ náà tún rí i pé àwọn òǹtajà kò patẹ́ sí títì ní ọjà Dutse. Oníròyìn wa Sawakala Ibrahim ròyìn pé èyí ló mú kí wọ́n pèrò láti ṣe kẹ̀kẹ́ tí àwọn àkàndá ènìyàn yóò máa lò, wọ́n ó sì ṣe wọ́n pẹ̀lú àwọn nǹkan tiwantiwa. Àwọn amòfin bíi ọmọ ilé ìgbìmọ̀ aṣòfin àgbà Dina Melaye tí ó jẹ́ akẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ìmòfin, Joseph Daudu tí ó jẹ́ àgbà amòfin pẹ̀lú Monday Ubani tí ó jẹ́ amòfin parapọ̀ ní ilé ẹgbẹ́ àwọn amòfin torílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà èyí tí ó wà ní Buhari fún àyájọ́ ọjọ́ tí wọ́n yà sọ́tọ̀ lágbàáyé láti jíròrò dídojúkọ àwọn ìwà ìbàjẹ́ gbogbo. Oníròyìn wa Abdullahi Suleiman Iyaji ròyìn pé àwọn amòfin yìí fọba lé pé ó ṣe pàtàkì kí wọ́n ṣòfin tí yóò tẹ àwọn ìwà ìbàjẹ́ rì kí wọ́n sì ṣètò ìyà tí yóò jẹ àwọn ọ̀daràn. Ìròyìn òní jù báyìí lọ lálẹ́ yìí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa rántí fi omi àti ọṣẹ fọwọ́ wa nígbà gbogbo kí ìmọ́tótó kó lè borí àrùn mọ́lẹ̀ bọ́yẹ̀ tí borí ooru. Ká sùn láyọ̀.